I'm Anshuman from the specialist team, and I'm accompanied by my colleague Carlos, who is also from the innovation enablement team. And today we'll be showing you all the things that most of the things that we have about AI in Oracle Cloud and how you can train your Oracle AI Cloud Service model easily through a demo which Carlos will be presenting. But before moving to that, I just wanted to tell you guys that, mostly the people don't realize that Oracle has been working on machine learning for decades now. Originally, we did so by incorporating it into our applications and databases, so our customers could benefit from machine learning without even knowing that it was there. MySQL, HeatWave, Oracle Autonomous Database, NetSuite, Oracle ERP, and other products all had AI from beginning, and everything from optimizing features and creating new self-repairing capabilities to automating invoicing processing, everything was already there. But over the last few years, we have started exposing and bringing those capabilities to the broader Oracle Cloud as well, so that data scientists can start using our AI capabilities to improve the business experience and workflow versus just consuming those embedded inside Oracle. So if you see over here, we have many managed services already provided now in Oracle Cloud, but we'll be going through them slowly and steadily one by one, showing you some of their capabilities as well. Firstly, what is data labeling? And we in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, data labeling is nothing but a service for building labeled data sets to more accurately training your AI and machine learning models. With OCI data labeling, developers and data scientists can assemble data, create and browse data sets, and apply labels to data records through user interfaces and public APIs. The labeled data sets can be exported for model development across Oracle's AI and data science services for a seamless model building experience. We have something in the vision services as well. So firstly, we have something called analyzing images, which is like it not only just finds out whether it's a cat versus dog examples, but also for detecting objects and bounding boxes inside an image. So you can bring your own labeled data or use our data labeling service as well to create your own labeled data sets and train custom models as well. So if you see over here, we just need to upload an image over here in the vision service, where we can do a lot of different other things as well. But that's one of the services like where you can go and check your images, or for example, we also have something called document understanding. So here you can use it for understanding documents, whether it's a scanned PDF, forms, or even images containing textual information. It extracts your text totally. The service can extract text from images, including non-trivial scenarios like printed or even handwritten text, tilted, shaded, or even rotated documents. Whatever it is, you can just upload your document and it classifies document into different types based on visual appearances. For example, high-level features and extracted keywords as well. And even we have language detection in it, which analyzes the visual features of text to determine the language rather than relying on the text itself as well. So we have table extraction to pull line item detail from invoices, your POs, receipts, and other similar documents. We can also opt in values from common fields in invoices and receipts using the key value extraction. So that's again a very important feature where we can upload anything, like let it be our passports, resumes, invoices, receipts, anything. So you just upload it and we can get all the key value extract, all the data extracted in a key value format as well. We can create our own custom model as well. So that is something we'll be showing you as well. So where the steps are very simple, where you just collect your data, you clean it up and upload it to an object storage or a bucket. And then out of that, a data set is created. We can add labels to the data set. and then we can create our AI project and train the model, and then we can simply start using the model. So I think I've spoken enough. Let's go to Carlos for a quick demo, and then I'll come back to you guys again. Thank you. Back over to you, Carlos.
Perfect. So good morning, everyone. Okay, perfect. So I'm Carlos Giraldo. I'm a AI specialist in Oracle. And today I want to show you a demo of how to use AI services. I think I'm already sharing my my screen, yes. And today I'm going to go through first explaining you. I want to make focus on 3 services. I want to talk about the vision service. I want to talk about the data labeling service and the document understanding. I'm going to show you a little bit how they work, and I'm going to create a model. I'm going to create a data set. I'm going to show you how to train it in just 10 minutes. Okay, so that's the idea of today. I'm going to show you how to do it through the console, but I'm also going to give you some resources to do it from a notebook with Python. Okay, so let's start with everything. And the first step, this is our homepage of our Oracle OCI. Okay, and we want to go to our AI services, and we have the AI services here in the menu, analytics and AI. And the first step I want to show you, it's going to be the vision model. You have here in the data analytics and AI, how Ansh mentioned it, we have the AI services for language, forecasting, speech vision, document understanding, digital assistant. We also have services for data science, to create notebooks, to create jobs, to create pipelines. So that's another services that we have, and of course all the machine learning and AI that we have on other services, SaaS and database. So the first step, I want to go to vision, and this is going to be very, very easy. For image, we offer, let's say, five things that you can do. You can do some image classification, object detection, text detection, and a little bit of document AI. For image classification, the idea is that the service is going to provide you. You can test here with an image, specific image, and you can see how it's detecting every different types of information that is on the image. In this case, the road, the transmission power, there is some vegetation, electrical supply. So it's able to detect that it can do some image classification. It can do the same thing for object detection. It's already pre-trained model to detect some objects, to detect objects. In this case, let's say general objects like cars, buses, persons. Okay, and it's already given me some information of this image. Also, we can do some text detection, and text detection is basically OCR, so we can detect text on images. This can be useful according with the case. And also we have a specific part that I'm going to use a little bit later, where you can create projects to be able to detect specific things that you want, that is specific for your business, something that you want to detect. Okay, so this is basically the vision service. Very, very simple. We have three, 4 functionalities, and the idea is that we're going to be able to analyze images. The second service that I want to show you is the document understanding. So we go again to the left, analytics and AI, and here is the document understanding service. For the document understanding service, the idea is that here we can pass documents to be analyzed. We can get simply text extraction. You get all the information in text format. Unstructured, you can pass PDFs or docs, whatever you need. You can do some table extraction to get some structured information about the document that you have. And this is going to be important, because if you have a table that is not organized, it's like you get nothing. We got the functionality of key-value extraction. Oh, I can show you while I'm talking. So text extraction, basically, I'm having here an example that is basically reading the information in that document, and you have line by line all the information in the right. Table extraction is the same thing. In this case, we are only getting the information from a table. So you see that it is specifically reading that information on a table, and you can see in the right, it's also formatting that information in something that I can use later for, for parsing, for mapping to other services or according to the needs. Key value extraction, this is very good, and this is something that was mentioned, is that here we have we can detect different types of documents to be detected. Right now, I can show you we have invoices, receipts, tax form, driver license, passport, pay. Well, you have there are a long list, and the idea is that these types of documents have been trained, and you can use it already by default. And this one, for example, is an invoice. So you get all the values, to whom, ship, invoice ID, dates, and you can see in the right all of those values that are being getting extracted from that document. I have them here, okay? And in the case of invoices, for example, where you have a table with items, quantities, unit price, and totals, you also have that information in a structured way, separated by lines, line 1, line 2, and you get all that information well parsed. And you can use that for, like I told you, for different set of documents, okay? But it doesn't stop here, because you can create your own data sets for vision, for document understanding, or for language, other services that you have, and you can create your own data sets to be trained and create custom models. And to do that, we use the service of data labeling. So we can go here, and I can show you the service where we can create data sets of images from text or documents, the same ones that we can use the general model, but we can create here custom models. And the first step to create a custom model is simply to create a data set. And that's what I want to show you. And I have a bunch of data sets here, but I'm going to show you. I wanted to show you the barriers data set. If I found it, here is a barrier data set. And I went too fast here. So this is the list of data sets that I have, okay? And as you can see, there are a lot of things that I've been working. For example, this plastic data set, this is something that I'm going to show you in the next 10 minutes. But right now, I wanted to show you something that I worked in a project before that is called the barriers dataset. And the barriers dataset was to get images to detect in construction sites information of the things that were around in the road. So, for example, I hope that you can see well is that you have those separators of cement that are on the road. So I want to select those in the images. Normally, what you do is you upload your images to a bucket. You pass them to this dataset service, and you begin to create bounding boxes. So in the case, maybe if I have something here called that I want to be detected, I can simply just drag and drop. I'm saying this box it's supposed to be a barrier, and you can select the label that's selected. Okay, and I can keep showing you some images, and I have just created this data set. You can do this manually if your data set is small, and you can do it from the console. But probably when you have bigger data sets, it's going to be much better to do it with some Python, some code to try to create automatic pipelines or jobs according with the case. Okay, so that's the 3 things I want to talk to you. The vision service for object detection, image classification, and OCR. The document understanding for text extraction, for table extraction, and for key value extraction, where we have all of those types of documents. And this service, the data labeling service, that is going to help us to create data sets of models of data sets that are going to be able to build them on custom models. So something that I wanted to do here with you, and I want to do this in 10 minutes, is that I'm going to create a data set from scratch. And I'm going to show you two ways to do it. The dataset that I choose is one that is detecting plastic in rivers. So we have like an image of a river, and if you can see here, you have a plastic bottle, okay? And this is a public dataset where the idea is that you have different types of plastic in the river, okay? And I can show you here in the I can show you this in the GitHub, where I posted all a lot of code and a notebook where you can do this with Python code. And the thing I want to show you is this image. Maybe I can make it bigger. Okay, image here. I can show you, this is the same image you can see, but if you see in red, there are the bounding boxes of the plastic that has been detected. So I have a data set, not just with the images, but also with the bounding boxes. I'm going to do it manually right now in the console, but I'm going to do it programmatically later. So let's start with this. I'm going to create a plastic data set. Okay, let's go back. Confirm. So I'm here. I have here the list of data sets. I'm in the data labeling service, and the first part is just to create a data set. So I'm just going to click here and create data set. I'm going to put here a name, plastic data set for cloud coaching. Okay. Like I told you, you can create data sets from images, from text, or from document. I'm going to show you the three of them, depending on how we are on time. So the first one is going to be images. I'm going to images, and the annotation type, you can go like single label if you want to detect something on the image, multiple labels if you want to classify an image on different types of entities, information of things that are in the image. But what I want to use is object detection. That is not only to detect the object, but it's going to tell me the bounding box of the object. So that's the one I'm going to select, object detection. And text, this is nothing. We can click on next. You can normally, you have to load the images or upload the content that you want to create with, and you can do it if you have that information in the object store, but you can do it also from your local storage, from your local file. And the thing is that it's going to automatically, you have to select a bucket where you're going to upload that information. In this case, I'm going to use, I already have created a bucket where you can save the dataset. Okay, I'm just going to select the dataset. I'm going to choose it, and that's it. Now, like I'm saying, I want to upload from local images. I'm only going to upload those from my local environment. In this case, I'm only going to select 10, but the idea this could be that you can select a lot of more images. Oh, perfect. Now I have my 10 images. That still we don't have the bounding box information. That's something that we're going to click on next. And here I can select the labels that I want this on this image to be detected. So right now I want plastic. I want to be one of them, but maybe I have bottles, or maybe I have, different kinds of things. I can put every single label that I want in this box. Right now, this dataset is only to detect plastic on rivers. For given of the heat wave that we are right now and climate change, I think it's very appropriate to talk about this. And that's it. We have the images. We have selected the label, and we just can simply click on next and click on create. This is going to take maybe a minute or so to create a data set. You have to create the records. Just 1 minute. It's not going to take long. In the meantime, I can show you a little bit about the notebook. And in the notebook, I can share with you this link. We have a little bit of the same information I'm going to show you through the console, but with Python code. And of course, this is more the way to do it automatic way, when you create pipelines or you create jobs to make sure that you are processing this in an optimal way in OCI. And I'm not going to go to many detail, but basically first you download your data set. And once you download, you clean it, and after that you explore the data set. And here this is the images that I have. And if you see in red, little red boxes. You have like the plastic in there. You know, it's very small. You see, and this is for for rivers, probably in cities where there are not so much plastic, maybe. And to be able to detect what's something that is a plastic and it's not a leaf or something on the river. And the steps going more or less like I'm going to do in the console. First, you upload that information to a bucket. You have some Python code there. Then you create the data set and you simply create the model. But let's better go back to here. Okay, it's okay. This hasn't finished, so we can continue here. So we upload the information to the bucket. I configure some information of OCI, some variables. We create the bucket with this cell. After we create the bucket, we check the information of the bucket. Something that it causes troubles when you first are creating data sets for the data labeling service is that it's important to upload images with the coding content type, with the MIME type. So if you're uploading images, you have to make sure that image JPEG or image PNG, or if you're uploading PDFs, you make sure that there are like application PDF or application JSON. That's important. That's why I'm adding this cell here. After that, you create a data set, and creating the data set, you associate that bucket to the the data set. And after that, you simply create a vision project and you execute everything. And as you can see here, this is the evaluation once that I have trained the model. And you can see it's been able to detect different types of objects. You see all the plastic, and I'm also putting, like a little score on that object that has been detected. Okay. And I can give you, I will give you this link later. Okay. So you can have it. Okay. So we can go back here. It hasn't created yet, but the thing is that I already have this working, and I can show you that this plastic data set, it's already here. And the thing is that this one is already labeled, but I can show you how that looks. So this is the data set. Once it has been created, you can see all the images there, okay? And the thing that you can go and label that information from the web. So you can open an image. Here it's already detected some plastic, and let's say this is not a plastic, but the idea is that I can select here and say, oop, and I can click here on plastic, and that's the idea. Or I can select here, and this also it's a plastic, and the idea is that I can create this data set, I can save that information, and I am not just using the images, but I'm also adding annotations and labels on top of those images. Okay, so
Carlos, one question. So somebody is asking, like, can you please elaborate on the single label and multiple label options in the add data set details? So if you can just show that screen once more and just show how we add the multiple labels as well. And this, I think already you showed by adding a single label. You can just add one more multiple label and show it once.
I'm going to show that in the document understanding. We can do that. I'm going to show you that. So you're going to see how that looks on with multiple labels. But it's basically, instead here you're only seeing one, okay? But instead we're going to have a list in here on the right, basically. So instead just want to have plastic, you're going to have plastic, bottles. So you can select one and you select that one. In this case, in this example, I only have one, but the idea is that I'm going to be able to select the box. I'm going to be able to select the information that I want. Okay, that's something I'm going to show you with the next example that I want to show you. Okay, so I can. The idea here is that I can go back once that I already have my data set with everything labeled, with all the images, and I have detected the plastic. I can go to the vision service, and I can go to the vision service again here on AI. I can go to vision, okay, and I can go here to projects. I can. I'm going to select this one. I already have created this, and I can create another model. So this is going to be. Okay. I'm going back. Maybe I went too fast. you are here in the menu, you're going to analytics, you're going here to the vision service. So we want to use the data labeling service, and we want to create a custom model based on that data set. Okay. For that, there's an option here where under custom models where we can create a project. Okay. And a project, it's simply a set of models. And I'm going to use this one that I already created called plastic project. And here I'm going to create a model. A model is simply to create a model based on one data set that I already have. So I can go here on what type of model that I want to create for vision. So in this case, it's object detection of image classification. In my case, was object detection. I can choose an existing data set. And in this case, I can select the plastic data set cloud session, but I'm going to select the other one that I already have created. I'm going to click on next. I'm going to simply create let's say, plastic model cloud session. And the only thing that I have to write right now is simply to tell how much time I want to train this. And that's it. You have anything working. If you can select this one, the first option, that it's simply going to, depending on the size of the data set, is going to give you an automatic time of how much you're going to train it. For small data sets, could be as small as half an hour. 10 images data set is nothing. You should have a bigger data set of 200, maybe. With 200, you already have something to show for. And the things that you simply click on next, and you can click on create, and that's it. Well, in this case, in this case, I have already surpassed some limits, so I'm not going to be able to create it. But basically, we are going to create a model as this one in here. This is going to take, like I said, half an hour. And the idea is that if I can use simply an image from my data set, let's say this one, 6. Okay. And right now you can see that I upload the image and it's able to create bounding boxes around that plastic. And you see it's been able to detect that information. Okay. So that's what I want to show you. First, we create a data set. We upload those images, we create the bounding boxes using the data labeling service, and after that, we are able to create a project, a custom model using the vision service, and we are able to create a custom model using that data set. We train it for half an hour or something, and after that, we are able to call that service. And right now, I can test it from the console, but the idea is that we can test it from a REST API, and that you're going to be able to use it on your own applications. Something else that I want to show you is that we also can create data sets on text and on documents, and I want to show you how that looks for documents. So we go back to data labeling. Normally, we go back here to data sets, and I have created an invoice that I can show you right now. And this is a simple invoice of information. As you can see, it's very, very normal. You have some lines, you have some value, taxes, and whatever. But I added a couple of values that I know that the service is not able to detect. So this is the case where you have some documents, whatever it can be. It doesn't have to be an invoice, it can be anything that you want, but you have additional information that you want to detect. And this is a case of multi-label data set that I'm going to show you. So I want to create a field 1 and a field 2, okay? And this is the information that I want to detect. I can show you even how that looks here in the invoice service. I can go to document understanding. I can go here to the value extraction, and the idea is that I'm going to test this to show you that it's not able to detect those values, okay? This is the one that I want. This is not important. This is only where it's going to save some of those temporal files. And right now, I'm processing my invoice. That is a normal invoice. As you can see, it's able to detect all of those values, but field 1 and field 2 has not been able to detect them. So I want to create a custom model that is going to be able to detect those values. And as I tell you, it can be anything in the end. We have lots of opportunities right now on analyzing invoices. So there are a lot of automatic things that can be done that people don't think that can be automated, for mails, for documents, and there are a lot of information that can be done in that respect. So for example, for sample invoice data set, even I can create it again. For this, this is going to be sample. So I'm going to create another data set with these invoices that I have as samples. So it's going to be sample invoice CC, and this one is going to be on documents, and I want to get key value extraction. Okay. We can go single label, multiple label, and these ones are for classification. But I want to get specific values inside of a document. Okay. I can click on next. I can do exactly the same. I can upload the information from a bucket, from my local files, and I can select the bucket where it's going to save that information. Well, let's just save that information here, and I can upload all the 10 invoices that I have as sample here. Okay. Just the invoices, and right now I want to detect 2 fields. So instead of using one, I'm just going to click field 1, and it's going to field 2. Okay, so this is the case that I want to get 2 invoices. Okay, this is going to next, and this is going to be creating. Okay, that's it. Very simple how to create an invoice. But I already have that working, and I have here in this one, I already upload those invoices, and I already labeled that information. So I can click in one of these invoices, okay? And as you can see, there are like boxes, black boxes inside of every text that has been detected. But you see that is a little color that I put on, for example, in file 1, it's here, for example, and you see that I already labeled that value with that text and with the label, okay? And also this value as the field 2, and you can go. I have done the same thing for all those 10 documents, but basically, if I wanted to select another field, the only thing that I have to do is click on that. Okay, I'm saying yes, that's also field 1, so I can click there, and I'm saying yep, that's field 1, and as you can see, it has put it that color in the same color that this one, field 1, or I can do the same here, and I'm selecting that value, and I'm saying yes, that's a field 2 also. Okay, so you see, this is the way that we can do it for documents, and for invoices is an example because we normally, what we do is that we have custom invoices that we can use, and maybe there's some information that the general invoice that we have pre-trained is not showing, so we can use this functionality to create our own data set, and that's it. The process to create a model is exactly the same. So I go to analytics, I go to document understanding, I'll go again to custom models, I'll go to projects, I create a project, and in here, instead I can create a model, I select the data set, I say that is key value extraction, I can click on next, and it's simply just telling the amount of time that I want to train this information. For this is very small. The last one I want to spend just 1 minute, and I will give everything to Ansh. I want to show you how a data set of for text looks, just to show you how that looks, because I think it looks very nice. And we are going back to the data labeling service, and we can go here to data sets, and I have a data set of job offers that I think looks very nice. And the idea is that this one is for what is called entity recognition, and this is used not specifically on documents but in text. So, for example, this is our job offers, and as you can see, I have a mail from someone, and there's information is scrambled all over the mail, and I can select, for example, I have selected like 5 types of labels, and I can say, yeah, this is the new hire name, so the person we want to the offer letter, the company, so I can select that company, the position, so I can go through a text and I can select that type of information. Okay, it's not like I told you key-value extraction that is different, that is very useful in documents, but this is for text information, and we can the service can infer what the entity that you want, for example, a salary or whatever. I can simply, I don't know, maybe click on here on company. I'm saying this is the company, and it's simply creating a label on that. Okay, so that was more or less half an hour. I tried to show you the three services. One is the vision service for object detection, image classification, and text recognition. I show you the document understanding that is going to work for you for text extraction, for table extraction, and for key value extraction, where you can use it for passports, for invoices, for receipts, and for different types of documents. But also you can combine and give it more power for your own custom models using the data labeling service to create data sets of the information that you want to do. And you can create data sets of text, of documents and images. And after that, you can create custom models based on the services that I mentioned, to be able to use it as you need on your own things. Okay, so I hope this explanation that you can understand the explanation, and that maybe you can use the services as I did before. Okay, so thank you very much, and I just come back to Ansh to finish the presentation with some other details. Thank you all.
Sure. Thanks, Carlos. I think it was amazing seeing all these things, but I also got excited to show something for sure. I just thought that people might, by seeing all these things, people might now think that can we utilize this services of Oracle by different products? Like, can we invoke AI services through my web app, through my mobile app, through Oracle products like Oracle Digital Assistant or anything? So let me just show you a small example where this is for an expense reimbursement digital assistant, where I come and I want to reimburse something, and I just say expense reimbursement. It asks me to enter my email address. That. Then it asks me my the travel date that I had, and I say 17th. I say submit. It confirms me, and then it asks me to upload my invoices. So over here, I have a set of some invoices which I just downloaded from the internet, and let's see. I just take something like a normal image, Marco Polo restaurant, something, and I just upload the image. And what I'm doing over here is that from Oracle Digital Assistant, I'm sending it to OCI AI services to recognize the text. And you see over here, it immediately recognizes that the merchant name was Marco Polo. The total amount you see 2293, and the transaction date, time, and everything. And by the way, I'm just displaying these things at the moment, but I can display, or I'm getting from the response everything from this document. So I can utilize that and then send it to my backend or something. Let me just try for something else also. I just say, no, this was not the image. I want to upload some other image, and I go to some fuel receipts, and I see some fuel receipts. Okay, let me take this. By the way, this is not my finger. So there's somebody else's finger. Somebody is just taking a picture of a fuel receipt. And if you see over here, it was from a Shell petrol pump, and the total amount was $41.12. And we just get back exactly from there. So we can do a lot of things like sentiment analysis and the whatnot, and document understanding, as Carlos was already showing. So let me jump back quickly. And as I said, you can invoke these from anything. You can upload it from a web app or do anything. So I'll just go back to my presentation. So now I think in this world, everybody is speaking about generative AI, and definitely a question will come that what is Oracle doing on this particular space? So we have generative AI capabilities throughout our app portfolio, and these are just the three main vectors, I would say, or for the investment of investment where we are focusing on. By making generative AI pervasive across its portfolio of cloud applications, like including ERP, HCM, HCM, CX, and whatnot, Oracle has plans to enable customers to take the advantage of the latest innovations with existing business processes. Oracle will deploy all these new models for healthcare, public safety, and embedded generative AI throughout its industry-specific applications. And as I said, so customers can use the generative AI service in OCI and leverage all the advantages of public cloud to scale solutions on demand. Let it be customized models and create private model endpoints for their businesses, as already the way Carlos was already showing. In addition, Oracle will also deliver AI services to organizations, data centers, enabling them to combine generative capabilities together with on-premise data and applications as well. So, but before I show you the next slide, as I told, Oracle has been utilizing all these ML features from long ago. So let me show you some of the generative AI features which we had been using throughout our applications. So one in this case, if you see, is something called SQL Dialogues, which is being used in our Oracle Digital Assistant from a long time, where what happens is, suppose a customer or any person is coming and asking simply a question where, can you show me the employees for office in New York? Now it's a very the conversation is happening over here in a very natural language way. Now what SQL Dialogues does is it converts the natural language into a SQL conversation, and then it goes automatically and fetches the data from our database and brings it in front of you. And if you see over here, you don't need any training, anything. You just come and expose your database to Oracle Digital Assistant, and then you start asking, and SQL Dialog will take care automatically all these conversions to a SQL query. So how this happens, if you see over here, as soon as somebody asked this question, the bot interpreted that, okay, this person is trying to ask me to show all the employees with the department location New York. And what it does is it converts that into a OMRQL query. And you see over here, the query looks like that. And then that OMRQL query automatically gets converted into an SQL query in the backend using all the generative AI features, which, as I told, Oracle has been utilizing that from long ago. Apart from that, we have something called knowledge documents, where again, this is a very useful feature in Oracle Digital Assistant, where any customer can create FAQs within just minutes. So you can just simply come and upload your PDF, or you can just give your URL to your page, the URL link to your page, and ODA, what it will do is it will go and scrape through all the questions, answers, and everything, and it will even generate utterances for you and create a FAQ bot easily in a fly. So you don't need any coding, anything. Just upload your PDF or give your URL link or upload a HTML file or anything you want, and the generative process does that. Yeah.
Ansh, are you showing anything? Because we still see the chat bot on the screen. So are you sharing a presentation or slides?
Oh, so sorry.
No problem. You can go back to that. No problem.
Yes. I'll share my screen again.
And thanks, Noel, for pointing out.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I'm just going back, guys. I'm so sorry. Thank you for pointing out. So if you see over here now, I believe you're able to see my presentation.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So this is what I was saying, that it's not that Oracle is only focusing on these three vectors, but it's focusing on generative AI through all its platforms. Oracle has recently done Oracle has done a partnership with Cohere, and with Cohere we are now developing a lot of new things, which you all are going to see in the upcoming months. But as I said, prior to this as well, we have been using a lot of generative AI features in our products, one being the SQL dialogues, which just converts your natural language into an SQL conversation. I can show that as well live, just for the sake. So for example, if you come over here and come and ask the bot, so for example, how many suppliers are there? Now I just ask how many suppliers are there, and it just goes to the backend, and it will fetch me that, okay, this is your you have 172 suppliers. Okay, what is the vendor type of ABC Consulting? So if you see, it so easily it goes and finds me, okay, that's the vendor type is supplier. Let me ask something with a lot of queries. So what is the total amount of invoices with a payment currency of USD from staffing services? And you see, it so easily it goes and fetches the data from the database and brings it in front of me. Apart from that, as I said, that how it works is this is the way. As if you ask any question, it just converts that into a OMR12 query automatically, whatever things you ask, and that in turn gets converted into an SQL query. It fetches the data from the database and shows it in front of you, as I just now showed you. And apart from that, we have the knowledge documents feature, where from already so many customers of our have already gone live with this feature, where simply they come and upload their FAQs by simply uploading a PDF or a URL or an HTML page or anything. You just upload them to ODA, and ODA will automatically generate the questions, answers, and everything, which can be a totally supervised FAQ, I would say, where the person or admin can go and supervise the answers. If they want to change anything, they can update, and automatically the utterances and everything are created on the fly using generative AI features. So, and as I said, the Oracle and NVIDIA, we have a partnership with NVIDIA for enabling generative AI. So we are working with NVIDIA GPUs, with a lot of LLM startups and things. And apart from that, we already have one more partnership recently done with Cohere, and Oracle and Cohere are working in very close hands and enabling generative AI features in all its products. One of the key features, I would say, of Cohere from the rest of the world is that it's a multilingual capabilities. So you can ask questions in any language, and the Oracle Generative AI will answer you back. It will understand that using the Cohere embeddings. So that's a very beautiful solution that's coming up in the next few months. We will be seeing a lot of different things happening in this space. So thank you for